If you've noticed your body changing, maybe your erections aren't as firm as they used to be, your energy feels depleted, or you find yourself withdrawing from intimacy, not because you've lost the desire, but because your body just isn't responding the way it once did, I want you to hear this. This may not be about aging the way we usually think of it. In fact, it could be something far simpler, and, more importantly, far more fixable. You may be missing just a few key nutrients that your body is quietly asking for, nutrients that directly support your circulation, stamina, and hormone balance. My name is Dr. Insert Name, and I specialize in men's health, particularly for those in their 60s and beyond. After more than 30 years helping men restore their vitality, confidence, and intimate connection, I've seen firsthand how small shifts can bring big results without turning to harsh medications or expensive treatments. Here's what most men don't hear often. Enough. It's not about lacking desire. It's about lacking the physical support your body needs to express that desire fully. And surprisingly, the solution often starts in your own kitchen, not the pharmacy. Today, I'll walk you through 3 essential vitamins that every man over 60 should know about, nutrients that can help support natural erections, boost testosterone levels, and bring energy and vitality back to life. And toward the end, I'll also share one of the most common and risky mistakes men make when trying to fix this, and how you can avoid it tonight. Before we begin, go ahead and tap the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any future videos designed to help men over 60 live with strength, clarity, and connection. And if this resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, leave a 0, and feel free to tell me what kind of topics you'd like me to explore further. Let's begin with the first and most overlooked nutrient that directly supports blood flow and natural arousal, vitamin D. I often call the sunshine vitamin. It's something your body used to produce effortlessly, especially when you spent more time outdoors. But as we age, vitamin D levels tend to drop, and along with them, circulation, energy, and sexual response. I remember one patient in particular, a thoughtful, kind 67-year-old named Paul. He said, "Doc, I still want to be close to my wife, but it's like my body isn't listening anymore." It was heartbreaking, and it's a story I've heard far too often. But here's what's hopeful. In many cases like Paul's, the starting point for renewal wasn't a prescription. It was vitamin D. Vitamin D plays a direct, essential role in male performance. It acts like a spark plug for your circulatory system, helping blood vessels open up and transport oxygen-rich blood to all the areas where it's needed most. Without enough of it, you may notice slower circulation, lower energy, and more difficulty with arousal and connection, even if your desire is still there. Studies show that more than 40% of older adults are deficient in vitamin D, and this includes healthy, active men who still wonder, why don't I feel like myself anymore? One of the reasons is that when your vitamin D is low, your body produces less nitric oxide, a molecule essential for healthy blood flow and sexual response. But let's be clear, this isn't just about sex. It's about feeling vital, confident, and alive in your body. And the good news, this isn't complicated to improve. Just 15 to 20 minutes of sunlight in the morning, a few servings a week of fatty fish like salmon or tuna, and supplementing with high-quality vitamin D3 can make a world of difference. I've seen men go from struggling to complete a walk around the block to feeling more energized, present, and deeply reconnected with their partners, sometimes in just a few weeks. This is real. It's not about magic. It's about chemistry and giving your body what it needs to function the way it was meant to. And it's one of the simplest ways to reclaim your strength. But as powerful as vitamin D is, it can only take you so far. Because even if your blood is flowing well, your body still needs the energy to move it, sustain it, and turn it into real action physically, mentally, and emotionally. That's where our second vitamin steps in. If you've ever felt tired for no clear reason, like you're dragging through the day, even after a full night's sleep, this might be the missing link. Let's talk about vitamin B12, your body's natural energy generator. I remember a patient named Robert, 72 years old, a retired firefighter and a proud grandfather. On the outside he looked strong, but inside he was struggling. He said, "Doc, I sleep 8 hours. I eat my meals, but I still feel like I'm in a fog. My energy's gone, and when I want to be close with my wife, I just don't have it in me." What Robert was describing was a textbook case of vitamin B12 deficiency, and it's far more common than you might think. Especially in men over 60, B12 is essential for turning the food you eat into the energy your cells can actually use. Without it, your body can't power itself properly, no matter how clean your diet or how solid your sleep. Your metabolism slows, your mind feels dull, your body tires easily, and your stamina, including in intimate moments, can fade. It also plays a key role in the formation of red blood cells. These are the cells that carry oxygen to your muscles, your brain, and yes, to the areas that help you feel like yourself again in your relationships. But here's the catch. As we age, our ability to absorb B12 from food declines. Even if you're eating animal products like meat, eggs, or dairy, it might not be enough anymore. That's why so many older men walk into my office, feeling worn out and disconnected even when their lab tests look normal. The solution is simple and effective in many cases: a quality B12 supplement, or, for more advanced cases, doctor-guided injections can help restore energy, mental clarity, and that spark of aliveness you might have thought was gone for good. I've seen men go from falling asleep after lunch to laughing on hikes, planning travel again, and feeling fully present with their loved ones, all from correcting a quiet deficiency they never knew they had. But energy isn't the whole picture. Your body also needs protection, something that strengthens your blood vessels, reduces inflammation, and supports the very hormones that define masculinity. That's where our third vitamin comes in. It's often called the fertility vitamin, but its benefits reach far beyond reproduction. In fact, if you've been noticing a dip in your testosterone or a slower bounce back after physical or emotional stress, this could be why. Let's talk about vitamin E, the fertility defender. A few years back, I worked with James, a retired pilot. He exercised, he ate clean, he did everything right on paper, but he told me, "Doc, something feels off. My drive's low. I'm not bouncing back. Honestly, I just don't feel like a man anymore." That moment hit hard, because James wasn't doing anything wrong. He was consistent, thoughtful, and committed to his health. But he was missing something most men and many doctors overlook. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant. It helps protect your cells from damage, supports healthy blood vessel function, and plays a direct role in hormone regulation, especially testosterone. When vitamin E is low, your body becomes more vulnerable to oxidative stress. That stress can affect everything from heart health to sexual performance. And without enough of it, even men with healthy diets and routines can begin to feel dull, depleted, or simply not themselves. What's amazing is how restoring this one nutrient can help revive both circulation and hormonal balance naturally, gently, and safely. Foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, and avocado are all excellent sources. And a carefully chosen vitamin E supplement, especially when combined with the right D and B12, can create a powerful foundation for strength, stamina, and connection. Vitamin E isn't just a fertility aid or something for your skin. It's a powerhouse when it comes to male health, especially after 60. As a natural antioxidant, vitamin E helps protect your body from oxidative stress, that slow, silent buildup of damage and inflammation that can compromise your blood vessels, disrupt your hormones, and quietly affect your reproductive system over time. It's not sudden. It doesn't hit you all at once. But over the years, it chips away at your edge until one day, like James, you notice something's changed. What makes vitamin E so essential is its ability to keep your blood vessels flexible and your circulation strong, because at the end of the day, erections aren't just about desire, they're about blood flow. And if that flow is blocked, reduced, or weakened, even your deepest desire can't be expressed physically. But there's more. Vitamin E also supports your body's ability to produce testosterone, a hormone that's not just about the bedroom, but about motivation, clarity, drive, and how connected you feel to your purpose. The good news: replenishing vitamin E is easy and natural. Almonds, sunflower seeds, olive oil, spinach, Swiss chard. These foods are rich in the vitamin E your body craves, and when needed, a high-quality supplement can help bridge the gap and get you back in balance. I've seen men like James return after a few months with brighter eyes, stronger posture, and a sense of grounded confidence, not from anything extreme, but from giving their body what it was quietly asking for all along. Now, you might be wondering what happens when you combine all three of these vitamins. Is there synergy? Can they actually work better together than alone? The answer is absolutely. Years ago, I had a patient named Walter. He was 68, a retired high school coach, sharp as ever, and deeply committed to staying healthy. He had already been taking vitamin D, then he added B12 after noticing his energy slipping. Later, he began supplementing with vitamin E once I explained how it supports testosterone and circulation. But it wasn't until Walter started taking all three consistently and in the right balance that something truly changed. I still remember the day he walked into my office, smiling from ear to ear. "Doc," he said, "I don't know what you did, but I feel like I've got a new engine." That's the power of synergy. Vitamin D boosts nitric oxide, opening up your blood vessels and improving circulation. Vitamin B12 increases red blood cell production, helping carry more oxygen through those now open pathways. And vitamin E keeps those vessels strong, while supporting the hormones that fuel your drive, stamina, and sense of well-being. Separately, they help. Together, they create what I call the vitality triangle: circulation, energy, and hormonal support working in harmony. And that harmony matters, because as you age, your body's ability to recover slows, absorption weakens, inflammation builds, and sometimes it's not one big issue holding you back. It's a few missing nutrients quietly throwing everything off. When you bring those nutrients back into balance, Your body starts to remember. You may wake up more rested. Your thoughts feel sharper. You respond faster. You feel more engaged, not just physically but emotionally too. And that feeling, that renewed sense of confidence, is something no prescription can replicate. So if you've been feeling off, if your energy, focus, or intimacy isn't where it used to be, it might not be aging after all. It might be something simple, something fixable, and it can start today. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and tap the notification bell. I'll be sharing more tips and guidance to help you live vibrantly through every stage of life. And if this message resonated with you, type 1 in the comments. If you're still unsure, leave a 0 and tell me what you'd like to learn more about. You deserve to feel strong, connected, and confident no matter your age. And I'm here to help you get there. Walter wasn't an exception. I've seen this transformation in countless men who decide to take these nutrients seriously and weave them into a daily rhythm. But here's something most people don't realize: the majority of men never see those benefits. Why? Because of a single common mistake that quietly cancels out all the progress they're trying to make. And chances are, if you're not careful, you might be making it. 2. Let's talk about that. I remember one morning clearly. A man named Gerald walked into my office carrying a plastic grocery bag full of supplements. He was 74, thoughtful, curious, and clearly trying his best to take control of his health. He laid out every bottle on my desk and said, "Doc, I've been taking all of these for months, but I still feel tired, foggy, and honestly, nothing's improving down there." You could hear the frustration in his voice, and I've heard it far too many times before. The number one mistake most men over 60 make is believing that just taking supplements is enough. But here's the truth: not all supplements are created equal in quality. The form, the source, and the dosage makes all the difference in whether your body absorbs them or simply flushes them away. Take vitamin B12 for example. Most discount brands use a form called cyanocobalamin, cheap, synthetic, and difficult for aging bodies to convert. What you actually need is methylcobalamin, the active form your body can absorb and use immediately. The same is true with vitamin D. Many over-the-counter blends use D2, which is less bioavailable and less effective than D3. The form your body truly needs for hormonal balance and circulation. And when it comes to vitamin E, synthetic forms often lack the full spectrum of compounds your body uses to support testosterone and blood vessel integrity. You need the natural full-spectrum version to get the full benefits. The second major mistake: inconsistency. Taking your vitamins here and there, only when you remember, won't get you results. Your body thrives on rhythm. It needs steady, reliable input to rebuild energy systems, support circulation, and balance hormones. It's not about trying harder. It's about giving your body what it needs in the right way, every day. When Gerald made the switch to higher quality supplements and began taking them consistently, the results were dramatic. Within weeks, he was sleeping better, waking up with more energy, and, as he put it, feeling like a man again. That change didn't come from luck. It came from doing it right. Now that you know what works and what to avoid, the next step is putting it all into a simple, realistic daily plan. Because I get this question all the time: "Doc, just tell me what to do. I don't want complicated. I just want something that works." And I love that question, because at this stage of life, most men aren't looking for hacks or hype. They want clarity, consistency, and confidence. A daily rhythm that helps them feel strong again, in body, in mind, and in connection. Let me tell you about Frank, a 66-year-old former carpenter who came to see me after months of low energy, poor sleep, and fading confidence in the bedroom. We didn't overhaul his life. We built a basic, powerful routine, and it changed everything. Here's what it looked like. Each morning, Frank started with a tall glass of water and his B12 supplement, taken with a protein-rich breakfast, something like eggs and spinach, or Greek yogurt with seeds. After breakfast, he'd take a 15-minute walk outside. That time in the sunlight helped his body naturally produce vitamin D, while also boosting his mood and energy. Later in the day, usually with lunch, he'd take his vitamin D3 and vitamin E supplements, always choosing high-quality, full-spectrum versions that his body could actually absorb. He kept this rhythm simple, repeatable, and consistent. And within just a few weeks, he started noticing big changes: deeper sleep, steadier energy, more clarity in his thoughts, and yes, renewed intimacy and confidence. That's the beauty of a foundational routine. It's not flashy, but it's effective. Because your body doesn't need hype, it needs support. The right kind, delivered every day. If it was cloudy or during the winter months, Frank took a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement with his first meal. A small handful of almonds or sunflower seeds gave him vitamin E, and a drizzle of olive oil over his lunchtime salad helped seal the deal. That was it. No extreme routines, no complicated regimens, just small, deliberate choices done daily. Within weeks, Frank had more energy to play with his grandkids, more desire to be close with his wife, and perhaps most importantly, a renewed sense of confidence that had quietly slipped away over the years. He didn't feel like a younger version of himself. He felt like himself, clearer, stronger, and more grounded than he had in a long time. And that's the truth most men don't hear enough. You don't need a dozen pills or an overhauled lifestyle. You need a steady rhythm, the right nutrients, in the right form, with a mindset that says, I'm still in control of my health. Because you are. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final message, something every man over 60 needs to hear, but rarely does. If you've ever wondered whether it's too late to feel strong, to feel desired, to feel fully alive again, the answer might surprise you. Let's talk about that if you've made it this far. Thank you. I want to speak to you now, not just as a doctor, but as someone who's spent over 30 years sitting across from men just like you. Men who've worked hard, men who've raised families, men who've built legacies, and now quietly ask themselves, why doesn't my body feel like it used to? That question is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign that you're still fighting, still searching for the strength, the energy, the connection that make life feel worth it. And that's something I deeply respect. We've talked about 3 essential vitamins. Vitamin D, the circulation spark plug that helps restore blood flow where it matters most. Vitamin B12, the energy generator that fuels your brain, muscles, and stamina. Vitamin E, the fertility defender that protects your heart, supports testosterone, and keeps your system running like it should. But the real power doesn't come from knowing their names. It comes from building them into your life consistently, intentionally, and with the belief that you're still worth the effort. These nutrients don't just support your body, they support your identity, your confidence, your ability to wake up and feel like you again. I've seen it happen far too many times to doubt it. And I've watched men who were sure their best years were behind them discover a second wind that changed everything. So, what now? That's up to you. You can take what you've heard today and let it sit on the shelf, or you can act on it. You can listen to what your body's been quietly asking for. You can take that walk, drink that water, choose that supplement with intention, and say yes, not just to your health, but to your future, because here's what I know, it's not too late, not even close. You still have time to feel stronger, you still have time to reconnect, and you still have time to be the man you know you are, fully, boldly, and without apology. You've already taken the first step by showing up here. Now take the next one. If this message spoke to you, if it helped or inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button so we know this kind of content matters. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another tip designed specifically for men over 60. And if you've got a moment, leave a comment below. Let me know what resonated most with you or what you'd like me to cover next. And if you want to support this channel and help us keep creating meaningful content, consider making a small donation. Every bit helps us reach more men who need this message. You're not just watching, you're becoming part of a movement, and I'm honored to have you here. Take care of yourself, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.